What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris the Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? Yes, another project. One I haven't promised, even though there are a few that have been promised. But regardless, that's how it works over here. You know, I get an idea and I just go with it. And that's why I don't take commissioned work. Because if I'm not feeling it, it ain't going to happen. So, long story short, I decided to make an actual page-turner Necronomicon. And I got a chance to work on it yesterday. And then last minute said, you know what, I'm going to document this, if anything, for me. And that's it. So let me catch you up to speed here where we're at. First thing I do is I printed out the pages. I'll put a link to the PDFs down below. And I've been banging up the pages. I did make one small mistake here. I should have got some kind of aged parchment paper or pre-aged the sheets before printing because I have an inkjet. And of course, if I do any water techniques on here with coffee or tea to age the pages, all the ink's going to run and it's going to look like crap. So I just let it sit for like a year and then got the mustard to do this yesterday. So then I cut the pages around the edges just to give them a little bit of a distressed look. Hot glued the spine of the pages together fairly well. In fact, I'm surprised I don't have any pages trying to fall out. But regardless, that's where we're at. And then I started making a cover out of this cardstock. I wasn't liking it. I got plenty of cardboard laying around the house. We're Girl Scouts in the house. We got plenty of cookies here. So free cycle, baby. Then I printed up the face that I like the best. Put it here for reference. This spine was a little tricky getting it to work. But it's just two pieces of cardboard with another strip of cardboard in the middle so it can bend freely. And then lots of this blue painter's tape. So, I don't know. I spent last night coloring with some colored pencils, while watching Brian's Man Cave play random Atari games. And I think so far it's coming out okay. You gotta remember this thing was inked in blood, right? And the pages are supposed to be skin. So I've been working with a number of different browns, a red. I want to get a nice dark maroon. That would be awesome. And then I get this like mustard color here to kind of like put in between to age the pages. Of course, I'm trying some burning techniques. I may just get that parchment paper and redo this once we get some more ink. I think we're almost out of ink in the printer. But regardless, that's where we're at now. So I think while I'm mulling on the pages themselves, we're going to get working on the cover. So the cover is going to be a real simple process. I have this here for reference, and I'm going to use hot glue to sculpt it. As a matter of fact, this guy here was all sculpted in hot glue. Okay, this is a re-sculpt of an old sculpt I did about a year ago, so I'm going to have those available soon. And you're the first to see it now. Awesome. Don't you feel lucky? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, basically where you see white, build up hot glue in different layers. Of course, I'll continue it throughout the whole book, being careful not to bind up the spine too much with hot glue. Maybe just like little wisps here and there. But get this all gooped up and made to look really cool. And then we're going to use our normal technique with tacky glue water mixture and Viva paper towel, something without texture. So let me get started on that. We're going to just do little, I'll show you updates here and there. We're not going to see the process of me. It's easy. You just put glue down. If you have to use the tip to kind of manipulate it, it's actually a lot more simple than you would think it is. And that's why I like working with the medium. Plus it's cheap. I got plenty of it. So, let me get working on the face, and then we'll decide what to do with these pages. Just to give you an idea of what's going on here. It's actually really simple. I'm going to follow these white lines as best as I can with just a bead, and let it just gloop up. Big open areas here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some, and then just kind of manipulate the glue with the tip of the gun, to kind of, leave some of these black lines around. I mean, either way, it's still going to look organic no matter what. So let me toss a few little deals down here. Now, I'm going to have to go left-handed here because of, maybe I'll just do it like this, right-handed. So I'll put down, get this out of the way, glob of glue like that, and then I'll just kind of manipulate it around, globbing a little more glue, and then without squeezing, manipulate it around all these black spots. And just continue doing that. And once we get some skin on this thing, all these little deals will be a little more pronounced. Now, of course, areas like here where it's just a white line, I can literally just, and if you do it just right, you can control how much comes out. Like right there, it's just a tiny little bead, and then I'll squeeze a little more to get that big blob. And then I'll you know, end it like that. And I'll continue it this way. Just a thin little bead. And then I'll just let it trail off. Now, I know you can't see the actual glue itself because of the lighting and all that stuff. And, you know, it's clear going on to white. So, but I promise you there's glue there. And I'm just going to continue doing that throughout the whole thing. I got plenty of glue. I'll just leave a little right there. And believe it or not, these little wispies that the glue gun creates will help you in the long run. They help add to the whole deal. Right here, just a tiny little squeeze to get a thin line, and then we'll open it up a little bit. I'll stop it there. Start a new one right here. And just follow along the white line, and just continue it down. Hitting the tip on the edge of the book to get rid of the wispies as best we can. And I'm just going to do that for the face, and then just organically go through the rest of the cover. I'll stop periodically to give you a few pictures here and there so you can see the progress. But that's really all it is. The only part that's kind of tough is learning how to just squeeze out and then stop squeezing and manipulating the glue in little areas like this. You know, in some spots I'm squeezing a little out, but I'm using the heat of the tip to move it around. I wish you could see it. I don't know if you can. But either way, once we get skin on it, you'll be able to see the texture and what I've done here. Alright, so this is where we're at so far. There's a few spots where I doubled up because I wanted it to be a little more pronounced, and I'm going to have to, using the paper towel, make that a transition, more of a ramp than it is a straight jot down, but that's easy enough to do. I'm going to have to double up around the eyes a little bit. I know you can't really see the glue that's on there, but it's there, I promise. I think I doubled up on this enough. I might do a little bit more. But either way, we're starting to get it. And I'm just doing some transitions, you know, following the lines and everything. Not going too crazy. You're never going to get this perfect. Just let it do its thing, and that will be perfect enough. Now, I did want to show you one thing before, you know, I continue on with this. If you notice, there's a great big blob right here. And it's still a little wet, but I did that on purpose. I wanted to show you something. If you encounter an area where there's a big blob like that and you can't seem to rectify it, just take the tip of your hot glue gun and just literally just lay it right in that glue and it'll remelt it. And then you can actually work with it. Give it a second. It's kind of like solder. And then you can just move it around. Let it organically do its thing. The idea here is not to make patterns too. Just let it organically do its thing, and I think these would be going in this direction. I'm not squeezing any more glue. I'm just kind of manipulating that blob. That's really all there is to it. And the rest of this I'm just kind of squeezing a little out and using the tip to kind of, you know, just kind of squeeze it out and then let go of the trigger and then do something like that. If only that were on camera. So that's it. I'm going to continue with this and work on the back. There we go. For the most part, the cover's done. You also got to remember the paper towel is going to leave texture as well. So, I just wish you could see it better. But it's all over it. And, you know, remember, it's called hot glue for a reason. Don't fucking burn yourself while doing this. So now I'm going to work on gooping up the spine and doing the back. And, yeah, we'll go from there. Here I'm just adding some glue to the top, being kind of willy-nilly about it. I say the top, I mean the edges. Just letting it organically melt and do whatever it wants to do, whether it goes inside or outside. That's it. Don't mind the pile of paperwork behind us. That is our mail collection. Sure there's a few bills in there that I need to not ignore anymore, but yeah, so there. And just let it do its own thing. And of course, no Necronomicon is complete without an ear on the back cover. And there we go, all grouped up. Now again, remember, the paper towel is going to leave texture. So, maybe that's what we'll do next. Now, in the first section of this video, I said not to use paper towel with a texture. All paper towel has a fucking texture. What I meant to say is a pattern. A specific pattern. You know what? Let me get a table napkin here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sure you already do. But see how there's like little bumpies there, and there's flowers and shit? That's how paper towels usually are. I use Viva. It's a brand called Viva. And it doesn't necessarily have a pattern. It's just more of a texture. And when you mix it with the glue water, or if you want to use liquid latex, and you let it just do its own thing, and you don't let it go on perfect, you know, you fold up some areas, make creases and stuff. It looks very organic as leathered skin, as long as you paint it correctly, obviously. There are blue shop towels that are the exact same thing. They might be a little more expensive. I can usually get a 2-roll of Viva paper towels for about $4 or $5. And I've had this roll probably for about a year and a half now. So that's really all there is to it. I just wanted to clarify that real quick. So the process here, and I'm not going to show it to you, in the next video, you're going to see this already skinned. It's literally just putting a layer of glue. You want to water it down a little bit to almost like a clam chowder consistency, if you even know what I'm talking about. Not quite milky, but you still want the glue a little thick, but you want enough that you can slosh it. And you're literally just going to layer on paper towel. The first layer is going to be just for coverage, and then you're going to put little pieces all over the place. And you're going to use the brush and move it around to get those little folds and creases. A very smart prop maker years ago told me, you can't fuck up a corpse. And that's basically what we're doing here. We're putting a corpse down on this thing. This is driving me nuts. This is a piece of paper. But either way, I'm going to skin this up. If you're really interested in seeing how that's done, there's a gajillion YouTube videos. I even have a few on my Milieu Macabre playlist. Corpsing a controller, making the Necronomicon console. Same exact thing. So I don't think I need to bother you with that. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed this. We're also going to debate on what to do with this or reprint them. I'm not quite sure yet. This should only be a 2-part video series, hopefully, because there's really not much left to do aside from skinning it, painting it, getting the pages on the inside, and that's really all there is to it. So I'm going to get that done. In the next video, we're going to be skinned up, painting, and then we're going to figure out what's going on with the pages, and then just get the whole damn thing together. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you're excited to see the next one, guys. And as always, thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the creep is positive. Hope you're doing well. And until next time, take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye.